1. The international economy. The international economy, still rattled by the devastating effects of World War I, was struggling mightily. Many key European countries, such as Great Britain, defaulted on their gold payments. This resulted in foreign investors withdrawing gold from American banks, which depressed the economy. It is important to note that today, the gold standard is no longer used because modern developed countries run on exchange rate flexibility. This depression caused Hoover to pass bills such as the Hawley-Smoot tariff, which increased tariffs in order to protect domestic industries. In response, other countries followed suit, and the international trade dried up at a time when it needed to expand. Meanwhile, Germany was also struggling under the weight of heavy reparations. In response, Hoover proposed a moratorium under which Germany was relieved of paying its debts for 1 year. This temporary solution, however, only delayed the depression. 2. Hoover's second program. When Hoover entered the office, he preferred voluntaristic, non-governmental action. This was evidenced by his campaign as food administrator to feed the Belgians during World War I, which he achieved through voluntary compliance of the masses. On December 5, 1929, Hoover even stated that his program was not a dictation or interference by the government with business. However, just a couple years later, Hoover would end up changing his policies completely, a change in philosophy that is now known as Hoover's second program. This new program featured government interference via policies such as the Glass-Steagall Act and Federal Home Loan Bank Act. Most revolutionary, Hoover set up the Reconstruction Finance Corporation, which used taxpayers' monies to provide emergency loans to banks, railroads, and agricultural corporations, and even left liberalists like Senator Norris dazed. Connecting to the modern day, Obama's administration followed in Hoover's footsteps by passing the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act of 2009, which also provided temporary relief programs for those most impacted by the recession and invested in infrastructure, education, health, and renewable energy. 3. Isolationist policies. During the Great Depression, the American people were more occupied with their financial situation rather than foreign affairs. Even when Japan set up a puppet government in Manchuria, which violated the League rules, Herbert Hoover and the American public obviously stayed out. Despite League calls for American help in punishing Japan, America simply passed the Stimson Doctrine, a weak verbal statement which did not hinder Japan's aggressive policies. 4. Hoover's fall/rise of Roosevelt. Overall, these policies made President Hoover highly unpopular. As the end of his presidency drew near, Hoover gave and spent all his time and energy into healing his tarnished reputation. As a result, in presidential elections of 1932 between Hoover and Roosevelt, Roosevelt won by a landslide due to the people's disagreement towards Hoover's policies. In recent election, similar results were produced. President Bush had left behind a bad reputation with the rest of the Republican Party. This left the election between McCain and Obama an easy victory for the Democrat candidate Obama.